Now, let me tell you something real, something that separates people who talk about success and people who actually live it. This whole idea of making AI-generated motivational and quotes videos and turning it into a $20,000 a month business, it's not about the AI, it's not about the fancy software, it's not even about the money. It's about you, because let me break it down. I can give two people the same idea, the same tools, the same strategy. One person will take it, run with it, stay up late at night learning, testing, improving, and they'll turn it into something big. The other person will sit around talking about how it's too hard, how it's already saturated, how they don't have the voice for it, how nobody's going to listen to them, and you know what? That second person never even gives themselves a chance. So when I'm talking to you about this opportunity, about creating videos that inspire millions and get paid like a boss while doing it, I'm talking about you stepping into a different mindset. I'm talking about you realizing that the same way somebody else can go online and build this thing, you can too. You gotta understand something about life. Opportunity is never about whether it exists. Opportunity is about whether you're willing to recognize it and act on it. The internet has changed the entire game. You used to have to beg for a radio station to play your music, beg for a TV show to let you talk, beg for a book publisher to put your words out there. Today, you got a phone, a laptop, Wi-Fi, and you can reach the entire world with the push of a button. And the crazy thing is, most people got access to the same tools, but they too busy scrolling, too busy watching, too busy talking about other people's lives instead of building their own. So when you hear me say you can make $20,000 a month by creating AI-generated motivational and quotes videos, don't hear the money first, hear the responsibility. Because to get that money, you gotta be willing to move differently. See, people love motivation. You know why? Because life will beat you down. You can be strong, you can be smart, you can be disciplined, but the truth is, life don't care. Life is going to throw bills at you. It's going to throw problems at you. It's going to throw heartbreak. It's going to throw failure. And in those moments, people don't need statistics. They don't need theories. They don't need a lecture. They need words that lift them up. They need somebody to remind them that even though they're going through hell right now, they can still come out better on the other side. That's why motivation will never go out of style. That's why quotes will always hit home, because people want to feel like they're not alone in the fight. And if you can create content that gives people that feeling, if you can package words, music, visuals, and deliver hope to people when they need it most, you'll never be broke again. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because AI is involved doesn't mean it's push button easy money. AI is a tool, that's all it is, and a tool is only as powerful as the person holding it. You can hand a hammer to a carpenter and they'll build you a house. Hand the same hammer to somebody who never picked one up before. They might smash their thumb and quit. That's how AI works. It can write scripts, it can generate voices, it can make visuals, but it still needs your vision, your creativity, your discipline. Because the world don't pay you for pressing buttons. The world pays you for value. So if you're serious about building this thing, you gotta commit to learning how to use the tools right. You gotta study the platforms, understand how YouTube works, how shorts go viral, how thumbnails catch attention, how SEO drives traffic. You gotta treat it like a business, not a hobby. Here's the truth nobody likes to talk about. You're not just making videos, you're building a brand. That's the difference between making a couple $100 a month and making 20,000. A brand has identity, a brand has a voice, a brand stands for something. If you put out videos today about success, tomorrow about funny cats, and the next day about cooking, ain't nobody going to stick with you because you're all over the place. But if you become the channel people know they can turn to every morning for their daily shot of motivation, you'll build trust. And once you have trust, you have influence, and influence, that's money. But let me go deeper. To make $20,000 a month doing this, you can't just think like a content creator. You gotta think like an entrepreneur. Content creators chase views. Entrepreneurs build systems. Entrepreneurs think about consistency, scalability, and sustainability. That means you can't just post one viral video and disappear for 3 weeks. You need a schedule, you need automation, you need systems in place so that even when you're sleeping, your content is working for you. That's the beauty of AI. It lets you scale. Instead of spending 10 hours writing one script, you can generate 5 ideas in 30 minutes, polish them up, and produce more content at a higher rate. But again, it takes work. You can't be lazy with it. And let me tell you something else. People don't just pay for content, they pay for consistency. Imagine you start uploading motivational videos every single day for 6 months straight. Do you realize what happens? You don't just build subscribers, you build habits in people. They start waking up expecting your content. They start sharing it, quoting it, applying it. And once people build you into their routine, you become valuable. That's when advertisers want to work with you. That's when sponsorships start coming in. That's when affiliate marketing, merch, courses, collaborations, all of that opens up. That's where the 20,000 comes from. Not just from YouTube ads, but from building an ecosystem around your content. Now I know what some of y'all thinking, but what if nobody listens to me? What if my videos don't get views? Let me ask you a question. Do you think the biggest YouTubers today started with millions of views? No, they started at 0, just like you. The difference is, they kept showing up. They kept creating even when nobody was watching. They kept learning from every upload. You gotta be willing to do the same. The internet rewards consistency, and the only people who fail are the ones who quit too early. You can't be afraid of starting small. Everybody starts small. The secret is to keep going until small becomes big. Let me make it real plain. If you want to make 20,000 a month, you need 3 things: attention, value, and consistency. Attention comes from good titles, thumbnails, and topics. Value comes from the quality of your content, the way it makes people feel, the way it changes their mindset. Consistency comes from showing up over and over again, no matter how you feel, no matter what the numbers say. That's the formula. You get those 3 working together. AI just makes the process faster. And here's the part that's going to sting a little bit. If you're not willing to put in the work, don't expect the reward. Too many people want the money without the grind. They want the lifestyle without the late nights. They want the dream without the discipline. It don't work like that. $20,000 a month ain't going to fall in your lap. You gotta go get it. You gotta push yourself when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're doubting yourself. Because that's when most people quit, and that's exactly why there's space at the top for the ones who don't. Now imagine this with me for a second. Imagine you stick with it. Imagine you start today, create your first few videos, maybe they only get 10 views, maybe 20. But you don't stop, you keep uploading, you keep learning, you keep improving. 3 months go by, now you're hitting 100 views a day. 6 months in, you're getting thousands. A year in, you've built an audience that trusts you, that shares your work, that looks forward to what you post. And now, the same thing you doubted at first, the same thing you almost quit, is paying your bills, changing your lifestyle, giving you freedom. And it all started because you decided to stop making excuses and take action. You see, the real win here isn't just the money. The real win is becoming the type of person who can create money out of ideas. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. You realize you don't have to wait for a job to approve you. You don't have to wait for somebody to give you permission. You don't have to hope for luck. You can build something out of nothing, and once you understand that, you'll never live the same way again. So when I tell you to make AI-generated motivational and quotes videos, I'm not just giving you a hustle. I'm giving you a mindset shift. I'm telling you that everything you need to change your life is already in your hands. You got the tools, you got the internet, you got the vision. Now the question is, do you have the courage to actually do it